Hello, Puerto Vallarta and Bahia Banderas and the rest of the world. I am Jessy Ruiz. Thanks for being here with me this beautiful Saturday morning. And today I have a special announcement to make. Listen carefully because I want to present to you my new co-host. I want you to know I don't know this man very well. But he has a really fantastic vibe. He's got a great voice and lots of passion for the radio. So, plus, he's super cool and he knows a lot about sports and classic rock, which is fantastic, right? He can teach us all. So here it is, the one and the only, my new co-host, the phenomenal Bruce Franklin.
Thank you so much. I have not had an introduction like that before. I can tell you that. And you said you don't know me very well. That's about to change.
I know. Thanks for being here this morning. I really think you're really cool. I don't know you very well, but last time you were here, we interviewed you, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's got such great radio voice. I hope he wants to co-host with me.
Well, from guest to host, huh? Co-host, huh?
Yeah, that was fast, yeah.
That's a good transition.
So tell us a little bit about you. Tell
Okay,
us
all about me.
You.
Oh my gosh, how much time we got? All right, so I grew up in Illinois, and when I was 31 years old, I transitioned and moved to Colorado. And my background is communications. I have a degree in mass communications, and I've got a radio background, going back to the 90s. Going to date myself a little bit here. And then TV sports broadcast operations for many, many years.
That's so cool.
After that. So to be a part of this now and kind of come full circle and coming back to radio is just a great, is kind of a great thing. But I've been going back and forth from Colorado to Puerto Vallarta for the last 5 years, 6 months here, 6 months there, back and forth. And this is my first summer that I've actually spent here and probably will continue to stay here up until at least next spring. And we're going to kind of play it by ear at that point.
That's so cool. Yes, that was a very nice summary of your life.
Purchased a house here in 2021. So
yeah, and then tell us all what you do here in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, so I'm actually a realtor for MexLife, and setting people up with their vacation homes. Lots of people coming here this winter to look for properties. So my schedule is going to be pretty booked this winter.
I heard it was hot. It's going to be hot, this high season. A lot of people purchasing and, wanting to invest in Puerto Vallarta. It's getting, like a hot market. And we'll talk about all of that stuff later on. But tell us about, you were telling me, I know so many facts about music.
Well, I used to work back in the 90s, I worked for an all 70s station. We played all different types of music from the 70s. I worked for light rock stations, and then, I did some high school football play-by-play and basketball play-by-play and stuff like that. Cool. And then different events, like we did some demolition derby stuff, which was pretty fun, and, things like that. But like I said, it's been a while. And then after that, I've DJ'd weddings, clubs. I've done a lot of stuff like that too.
Cool. Well, the FIFA World Cup is coming up next year, so maybe you could do a couple of games like he's hitting the ball, now he's making a goal, and he scored.
Well, I'll tell you, the soccer's not my forte. I go for the other football.
Oh my gosh! But you are in Mexico, so now you're gonna have to get with it.
I know.
Sorry.
I do like the world. I do follow the World Cup though. That's a little different.
It's cool. It's cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. You live in the other side. You don't live in the Puerto Vallarta side. You live on the other side.
Nuevo.
Yes, and you guys are, the road is ready. There was no more traffic.
Right.
This morning.
Yeah, I got here faster than I thought. Spending some time in the lobby here, which is fine. Better early than late, right?
Right.
But yeah, so there was a really quick trip here today. It was like 25 minutes.
I love it. They said it was going to be ready on September 30th. And, the day of September 30th, we were like, whatever. It's probably not going to be ready until December next year, whatever. Everyone was
because we're always on Mexican time, right?
Yeah. And they surprised us the morning of October 1st. It was ready to go. There's still a couple of exits they need to finish up.
Sure.
And Las Juntas and other little places. I heard some of the paint on it is not completely done yet, but at least it's not being crazy traffic like it was it had been the last couple of weeks. I mean, I know like a couple of my friends said, oh my gosh, I spent going from Puerto Vallarta to Paz Bucerias 2 hours and a half. And that's crazy.
Yeah, and you always say, like, you look forward, I mean, the one part about you don't look forward to the weather of the low season, but you look forward to having less traffic in the low season. Not so much the case this year, huh?
Yep, it was not. And talking about high season is coming. I mean, we're like steps away from it. I know that on Friday we had 2 cruises here on the port, so that's fantastic, for everyone that has to do, like if you have a restaurant or anything like that, that's always good for you. If you're an Uber driver or taxi driver, and by the way, shout out to all of the Uber drivers and the taxi drivers. Love you all. Be careful driving. Be nice. Be kind. But yeah, there's already going to be 20 cruises in October, the month of October. So we're looking at a really, really nice, high season. Lots of tourism here this year. So there's that. Don't miss CPS News with Jessy and Brent on Monday. We'll talk about that and a bunch of other things. How's the trash pickup going for you guys so far? Let us know. In my colonia, it's still a little confusing. People are just like, oh, they change schedules. When is it? We were kind of getting used to the old schedule, and then we have to like reboot and try to remember to do it in different days. Some people have told me, oh my gosh, I'm in a colonia that's supposed to come and pick up the trash every day, and my trash has been out there for like 3 days straight and no one has picked it up, la 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 la. So that's really bad. If that has happened to you, let me know. I want to tell the people on the news, because the government of Puerto Vallarta has somebody watching our news, just to see what's going on and what people are complaining about and things like that. So please let me know how the trash thing is working out in your colonia. And I know you guys don't have problems, right?
How's the trash in your neck of the woods?
Like I said, neighbors are still a little bit confused because they changed ours. It's not in my colonia. It's not like an everyday thing, but we did change the scheduling. And it's a weird scheduling. Like I have to get it out at 11 p.m., which I'm already sleeping by that time, up to 7 a.m., which I can get it out, before I go to work. But sometimes I forget because I'm like running around. And yeah, it's just confusing. And then they're saying they're going to give you a fine if you get it out before the time set.
Oh, yeah, because they don't want no critters getting in there.
Yeah, but no one's following the rules, really. It's so hard, this whole trash thing. How's the trash situation in...
Oh, we're spoiled. Everything's perfect. Everything is, we get it out. They always come usually between 9 and 10 a.m. So, I always put it out about 8 or 8:30. I put it out. And no, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, Monday, Wednesday,
3 times a week.
Okay,
which is
and
fine.
that works out fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only time I fill the garbage can is on Mondays when it's for the weekend, right? But the Monday or the Wednesday, Friday pickups are really light. I mean,
well, I don't know how you guys are doing it, but it's not working out very well here in Puerto Vallarta. At least that's what I heard from some people. So let us know. And October, I want to do a huge shout out to my friend Des and Maria and Sol and Corey and Barbara. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you for being there yesterday for my birthday. I had such a great time.
Everybody wish Jessy happy birthday. Yes. Come on, yesterday.
Everybody that brought me
you don't turn 30 every day.
Nice. I know I don't turn 30 every day. I got so much cake. Thanks, Brent Lane, Laura Lane. Thank you, David. Everyone here in CPS News, we got cake here too. I had such a fantastic, wonderful, beautiful day yesterday. I think it's going to be a great month. And thank you so much for all of the birthday wishes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And what else? What else do we have here? We have so many guests today.
I saw the lineup, and I'm trying to think of how we're going to squeeze them all in.
Don't worry, it will work out. I'll be like, hi, how are you? Okay, next. Hi, how are you? Okay, next. No, we're going to talk to Des. She's a relocation specialist, and she's got really interesting news about the laws that are changing. Oh, you guys need to tune in, wait for her to be here. She's going to tell us all of this changes to residents and all kinds of crazy things. Everyone that wants to relocate to Mexico, you need to stay tuned. We're also going to have the best paints of the world. Benjamin Moore will be here with, answering questions about anything that has to do with paints. If you're painting your house, if you're, making your space beautiful, you want to stay tuned because, you might want to ask them some questions about it. They have fantastic products. Also, there's going to be Dia de los Muertos event coming up November 1st at La Isla Cuale, and a couple of the people that are going to be performing there are going to be here. Yes, Angela will be here. Gloria Fiona will be here. And don't forget about Dr. Rose Beckman and Dr. Sherry. Oh my gosh, they have fantastic information all about personality. Maybe they can help me get to know you.
Okay. What kind of doctors are they?
They can talk about, Sherry is a holistic doctor, and Dr. Beckman, she will read you like a book just by looking at your body.
Oh boy.
So that's what I'm telling you. They're going to help me get to know you. But anyways, we have a great playlist. We started off with the animals because today is Animal Day in Mexico. And then how about some doors? Yeah, I'm feeling the doors this morning, you guys. Remember, you are listening to Asphalt Vallarta's own local all-English radio show. All right, I hope you're enjoying my playlist because I am. All right, today we are having a truly fascinating conversation lined up. Joining us are two wonderful guests. First, Dr. Rose Beckman, Dr. Rose Beckman, who will be sharing her insights on personality styles. You know, how they shape the way we see the world and make decisions and interact with others. And also Sherry Shifta, she's also here, and she will offer a homeopathic perspective on these personality styles and share natural remedies that support balance and well-being. So this is going to be a really eye-opening and practical talk that connects mind and body and spirit. You know, we have a little bit of everything this morning. So let's do this. Dr. Rose, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. We're ready.
Yes. Well, can you start by explaining what we mean when we talk about personality styles?
Well, there's 4 personality types that I learned. The first one is the controller. Mm-hmm. So those people take charge. They're opinionated, and they're not afraid to ask for what they want.
Okay.
The second personality is called the sanguine. That's the talker. Mm-hmm. So you're a sanguine. You like to talk. We can talk about nothing. We can talk about everything. We just like to talk. Mm-hmm. So I had to learn, because my husband was opposite of me. He said, do you ever think that you could ever breathe in between each sentence that you speak?
Oh, so you're a sanguine, huh?
I'm a controller talker.
Okay. Why do I have the feeling that he's not the only husband that thinks that way?
So you've got the controller, you've got the talker, then you have the peacekeeper. Well, the peacekeepers, their biggest issue is they're too peaceful. They will keep the peace at any price. They'll hate you. They won't like you. They'll condemn you, but never tell you that. They feel it, but they don't feel safe to express it with their partner or their children, or they give their power away until they don't. They have to learn to not make themselves sick.
Okay, so
peacekeepers and analyticals make themselves sick because they don't speak up.
And so
everything's internalized then, right? Is that
everything's internalized?
All right, so we got this 4 personalities, and so can they be mixed, like
yes.
A little bit of this with that, and
yes. So there's the talker, the controller, the peacekeeper, and the thinker. So the thinker, they never quit thinking. I remember my husband saying, I will not be relaxed as we leave Canada to come to Mexico on holidays until I land. When I land, then I'm excited. Well, his personality never showed excitement.
Oh, wow. That's
Like,
crazy.
he's like, oh, he might smile, but we're all different in how we react to things. And we usually marry the opposite of us.
And so let me ask you this. If we have this personality style,
Which
is
one
it,
are we talking about?
like, whichever one, it doesn't matter. Like, can we change it? Can we shift it throughout our lives? Or are
You
we stuck
only
with
want to
the one?
change the negatives. You want to keep the positives.
Right.
So, you know, if you're a controller, you have to learn to be sweeter, nicer, and have more patience. That's the weakness. If you're a talker, you have to learn to listen better. If you're analytical, you have to start feeling more. And if you're a peacekeeper, you have to have a voice. Because if you keep the peace, and I mean, I've had lots of clients in Canada where the peacekeeper, they're the most resentful people ever because they don't speak up, but it's not your partner's fault.
Right. You gotta.
So all 4 of those traits have positives and negatives to them.
All
right?
of us.
Yep. Okay.
All of us. And we want to work on both.
Yeah. So one is not necessarily better than another one. It's just different.
Well, I don't know. You're a man. It's better for you if I'm a peacekeeper.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So how can understanding your own style improve your relationships with, with other people at work, at home, everywhere?
Well, if you're the controller, you have to calm your energy down. You have to get rid of that rigidity of, we've all met people like that they're not really happy and they're pretty stern looking. They don't create safety. So you want to, when you're a controller, create safety, smile, change your tone of your voice, speak to your children kinder, because you're going to be wonderful to your grandchildren. And then your daughter or son is going to wonder, well, how come you don't talk to me as nice as you talk to my grandchild?
Right.
Right? So we have to learn these things.
Right. So you need to kind of question yourself, right? Or how do you get to know yourself, right? And know, okay, I'm this type of personality. I need to change. I need to speak up more, let's say,
But you need to feel safe to speak up, because if it's your mother or your father and you still giving your power away at 40 or 50 years old, that's your fault.
Okay.
That's your fault, that you need everybody's approval and you have to be, the good little girl. Somewhere along the line, you have to learn, I have a voice. I'm 50 years old. I can't be acting this way anymore, which is angry, wanting my way all the time. And again, going to the choleric, that's what I'm talking about, the controller, is that the controller respects you when you put them in place.
All right. And so for someone that, didn't know about this concept and they start to get to know, how can you help them be a better person?
But they have to be
create
teachable.
A better personality.
They have to be teachable.
Yeah,
See,
willing.
It's like having a bad marriage. You need to both sit down and listen to each other without interruption. So as a woman, don't you just need to be heard?
Yes.
Sherry?
100%, yeah.
We need to be heard. So if you're having an argument, you have to learn, no matter what personality you are, let the other person finish first and make the agreement. Okay, honey, I'm going to let you finish. Will you honor me when you're finished? Because I would like to speak then. But let's not interrupt each other. That's the very first thing you have to do, is respect each other. And it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about how you were raised and how mommy and daddy taught you to be.
Right. And Sherry, thank you for being here.
My
and
pleasure.
Welcome.
My pleasure.
And so tell us a little bit about, how does homeopathy connect with personality styles? What's the bridge between the two?
Well, it's a bridge between psychology and homeopathic remedies, and how the two can support each other. And the personality styles that Dr. Rose is referring to goes back to ancient times with Hippocrates, and it's essentially personality styles, but it's the temperaments that he was referring to. So we have the sanguine, which is the talker, and we have the choleric, which is the analytical and controller, and we have the phlegmatic, which is the peacekeeper, and then we have the last one, which is the melancholic, and that's the thinker. So each of these elements was used by Hippocrates to explain why we behave in certain ways and what do we resonate with on a physical level. For example, the sanguine, their dominant organs will be more circulatory, nervous systems, and respiration. Whereas with the melancholic, it's going to be more digestive. So we can look at specific homeopathic remedies that suits each of these different temperaments or different personality styles.
All right. And so will these remedies work to bring balance without changing like who we are?
100%. The remedies don't ever force anything on anybody. What they actually do, it's like having a guitar that's out of tune. And what you're trying to do is find that string that's making it out of tune. So it's a way of partnering with the body, partnering with the inner wisdom of what your body carries. So it's never about changing anything. It's about adding and complementing and just helping to tailor back. Like as Dr. Rose said, the controller is going to get irritable. So that irritable person, when is that person most irritable? Probably when they're under stress. So what remedy could that person probably benefit with from? Well, depending on the overall case, maybe a possible remedy could be Nux vomica. And Nux vomica in its most negative state, you're going to find that person having road rage, having irritability, highly imperfect, highly perfectionist, like wanting to control every little thing. And they show up at your office really pissed off, very talkative, like this. Okay, this person could probably benefit from Nux vomica.
That's crazy. And what about someone that doesn't want to speak up? What can they have? Coffee?
Well, they could. Coffee is actually a remedy, but for the person who's kind of given up and more withdrawn, they would benefit from remedies like Natura Muriaticum, which is a beautiful remedy. And it's basically for people who are reserved. They might dwell on past hurts, might have a hard time letting go. They do best going on their own to retreat internally in their best state. Natura Muriaticum is a reserved individual who will go into their own solitude to find their energy, but they tend to dwell on past hurts. They don't want to be consoled. If something upsets them, they'll go away and try to deal with it on their own. So there's different remedies for different occasions, different personalities.
I like it. And so for someone who's curious about it and they want to, I don't know, do a safe and simple first step, how could they explore these remedies?
The first step is do not take on a remedy on your own. This isn't something that I am at all recommending for anybody. You do need the guidance of a trained homeopath. I am a registered homeopath and I'm now working in Puerto Vallarta. I have my clinic at 180 Calle Francia. It's called Holistica, and you can look at my services at holisticavida.com. So that could be a place. Otherwise, speak to a trained professional, not the person who's working at the health food store, and someone who can guide you through, because homeopathic remedies are energetic, and you need to know what potency to take, how much of it to take. You don't want to be taking the whole bottle over 2 weeks. This is not an antibiotic process, right? This is an energetic essence of a medicine or a substance that's going to help your body to invigorate the right response.
And I'm assuming no side effects with this stuff, right?
There's
it's
no
all
side
natural.
effects. Yeah,
that's the great thing about
homeopathy,
it.
there is no drug dependencies either, and no side effects. So you really want to have the best effect from it by knowing what is the best choice. And the remedies don't just look at the personality. We look at everything. Like, as I said, this person, if they're, choleric, they might have more digestive issues. So I would ask about that. And sure enough, you'll see the patterns, because the emotion is going to hit on the physical level as well. So you need to understand how that's tied in. And they might, say certain things like they crave sugar. Well, that's lycopodium. They might have exhaustion at 3 p.m. and they're driven. But what is that drive coming from? These are the questions that a homeopath would ask, because a drive of a Nux vomica is different than a drive of lycopodium. Lycopodium is very ego-oriented. So their drive comes from a lack of security in the world, and they're easily crushed. So they might come into your office lacking confidence because they didn't get that promotion.
I get it. It's so interesting. I love how it ties in
It does.
so fantastically.
It's beautiful.
I could go on and on talking about this and asking you questions because I have so many of my own, for my own health. So give everyone your guys' phone number so that they can reach out to you and maybe get a consultation if they feel the way that I'm feeling right now. I'm like,
what's your personality type, Jessy? What do you self-diagnose as?
I've read this book. I don't remember the name of it, but I know that I'm a combination of like sanguine with.
You're phlegmatic. You're
Phlegmatic.
a sanguine phlegmatic.
Yes,
You're the
yes.
nice person.
I'm so nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sometimes too nice, but I'm like, making myself a little more harsh.
Well,
No,
be
not
careful with
harsh.
those words. Yeah.
Assertive.
I wouldn't say,
Assertive.
Thank you.
There you go.
yeah.
Thank you guys. But anyways, give us your phone number so that we
Sure.
can, get some more information about
For
it
sure.
all.
Yeah, I'm at +52 322 154 2280.
All right. And Dr. Backman?
Hi, you can reach me at 322-200-1051.
There you have it. Thank you so much, Dr. Rose and Sherry, for sharing your wisdom today. It's inspiring.
Can I squeeze in one question here?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, so if two people have the same personality traits, is that a recipe for disaster necessarily? Or?
Well, if you have two controllers, my first husband was a controller, and so was I. I gave my power away because I was, 22 years old. Not anymore, though.
Sure.
So, yes, one person is going to back up.
Okay.
And if you don't, you have World War III.
It's constant conflict at that point.
Yes, but you don't understand each other because nobody's being quiet
Okay.
to listen.
Okay.
You're both talking at the same time.
Okay. Because I'm definitely the controller out of those four.
Are you
that I
you're a
think.
controller
Really?
talker?
Yeah. And then my fiance is definitely a thinker.
A thinker what,
Oh,
though?
okay.
A thinker peacekeeper or a thinker controller?
Probably a combination of both. I don't know.
Thinker controller and thinker peacekeeper, or
No. She's, yeah. I think she's a little bit of both, actually. Yeah.
A thinker controller. Oh,
Peacekeeper.
how's that combination?
Well, that's a hard person to live with. If you have somebody who's a thinker controller, they're rigid. They want things, they want their shoes a certain way, they want their books a certain
Yeah,
way.
she wouldn't be that then. She wouldn't be that.
So she's a peacekeeper.
Yeah.
well, that's good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Because that other personality I just described,
Right.
I have a relative that's that way. And I remember staying at he and his wife's home. And he's like, we're leaving at 8 o'clock, ladies, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Get ready. At 8 o'clock, we are leaving. Do you hear me? He's a lawyer.
Okay.
Everything needed. And I went, and I teased him. I would tease him and say, well, I think I'll be a minute late just to piss you off. But he needed the playfulness because when you're in the system,
Yep.
in the justice system, you need to be a certain way.
Sure.
He learned through his wife. It's okay. I'm not part of the jury. I'm your wife.
Good. Well, there's so many, like I said, interesting stuff. And so please, guys, contact them if you want, more information about it. You guys should go check it out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And for our listeners, we hope this conversation, sparks curiosity to explore your own unique style and discover gentle, holistic ways to stay balanced. Thank you so much for everyone listening out there. It's 12:19. We gotta go on a quick commercial break, but stay tuned and remember, all of the information that you just listened to will be on Vallarta's Asphalt page. There's a link. Check it out.